Hey everyone, Movie Man here. Today we're diving deep into Jordan Peele's US, a horror movie so twisted it'll make your mirror look back and say, "What the hell, bro?" We're talking childhood trauma, beach vacations gone wrong, and evil twins with scissors. So grab some popcorn, the kind with extra butter, because things are about to get real messy, and let's get started. First, rewind to the summer of 1986 at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Meet little Adelaide wearing a mega cool Michael Jackson Thriller t-shirt. Because of course, it's 1986. She's a shy little ballerina, and her dad has just won her that shirt by crushing a carnival whack-a-mole game, classic dad move. Feeling pumped, Adelaide heads off to explore, and promptly runs smack into a very weird carnival of horrors. She passes a homeless guy holding a sign that says, Jeremiah 11:11, a random Bible verse about the beginning of sorrows. Sure, why not foreshadow doom on a sunny beach day? Adelaide gets spooked and ducks into a nearby funhouse. Cue cheesy carnival horns. Inside, it's all mirrors and laughter tracks, until Adelaide comes face to face with herself. But not herself, an evil, mirror universe version of her. Her doppelganger is wearing the same Thriller t-shirt and has a creepy grin. Adelaide freaks out like every kid does when their reflection starts staring back with side eyes, and she bolts out of there screaming. Adelaide's parents, Rain and Russell Wilson, are now worried sick. Adelaide hasn't talked since that day. All she'll say is that, I am my own worst enemy. Okay. The therapist suggests artsy therapy, maybe a dance routine or a storybook, to coax her to spill the beans. But Adelaide is tight-lipped. Fast forward 33 years. Adelaide is now an adult, Lupita Nyong'o, married to Gabe Wilson, Winston Duke, with 2 kids, twin girls. No, 12-year-old Zora, the serious one, and 10-year-old Jason, the goofy one. The family's on another Santa Cruz beach trip, still the same boardwalk, because why not confront trauma on purpose? Spoiler. It doesn't help. They're at lunch in their cute beach house when we learn that Grandma, Adelaide's mom, has just died. So this whole vacation is basically grief therapy with an ocean view. Adelaide is visibly on edge. Who wouldn't be, after her childhood freakout was here? She refuses to go near the beach, convinced the evil twins will pop out of the boardwalk shuffle. Gabe, ever the chill dad, finally convinces her to give it a shot. Back at the boardwalk, the Wilsons bump into their old pals, the Tyler family, Kitty, Elizabeth Moss, her husband Josh, Tim Heidecker, and their twin daughters Gwen and Maggie. Fun fact, 2 sets of twins at the same gathering. Sounds like a surefire horror movie setup. Kitty and Adelaide chit-chat about wine and Adelaide's past ballet career. Meanwhile, the kids go off to play. Jason the explorer wanders off. Bad move, Jason. He finds a homeless man with his arms dripping blood. Yes, the same homeless man from 1986 with the Bible verse sign, still around, still creepy, now covered in goo. Jason yelps, runs back to the group, but no one believes him. Then Adelaide notices Jason is gone and panics. She sees the bloody sign guy being thrown into an ambulance. Double WTF. The freakout factor just went through the roof. Time to get the heck out of Dodge. Night falls, and the Wilson family settles in for the evening. Adelaide finally opens up to Gabe about that crazy funhouse incident. She's basically a human panic button, convinced the thing from 1986 is coming to finish the job. Gabe assures her it's all in her head, literally the moment he says that, the power cuts out. Spooky. Gabe lights candles and turns on the generator, but nobody notices someone creeping outside, until Jason screams, "There's someone in our driveway." Before they can dial 911, thud. The Wilson house is under siege. A mysterious family in red jumpsuits is breaking in. At first, it looks like the Wilsons' identical twin family reunion. Then one smacks Gabe with a bat, and chaos ensues. Meet the Red family. It turns out the invaders are the Wilsons, literal doppelgangers. We have Red, Adelaide's evil twin, Abraham, Gabe's twin, named after a biblical papa, covered in prison tats and carrying a club, Pluto, Jason's twin with half-melted face, sporting scissors like they're his toys, and Umbri, Zora's twin, named after Shadow, with giant mirror shears. They're eerily silent, except Red, who calmly tells Adelaide a creepy fairy tale about a princess and her shadow. Then the Red family goes all Mortal Kombat on Team Wilson. Umbri, shadow twin, chases Zora out of the house through the dark, scissors in hand. Zora screams, runs like her life depends on it because it does. Umbri doesn't hesitate. She snips the arm of a neighbor who tries to help, then ducks back into the night. Oops, neighbor turned into neighbor chopped by scissors. Rip random dude. Abraham drags the unconscious Gabe across the yard to a boat. It's all chains and quiet menace. He bags up Gabe and tosses him on the boat like stolen luggage. But Gabe is not dying in a bag on a boat. He wakes up, fights Abraham, and just as Abraham's about to drown Gabe, Gabe kicks the boat engine on. Abraham flies off like a flung pizza crust. Gabe scrambles back, manages to flip the ignition right before crashing into a pier, severing Abraham in a bloody way. Abraham goes bye-bye. Pluto and Jason end up in a closet, because of course the scary twin pulls the kid into the broom closet. Pluto mirrors everything Jason does, step for step. Jason pulls off Pluto's mask to reveal his charred, burnt face. Yikes. Pluto finds Jason's pulling a rabbit out of hat card trick impressive and wants an encore. Jason politely declines, by shutting the closet door on Pluto's face and running off. Kids got guts, also bigger closet please, we don't have all day. Meanwhile, Adelaide's been handcuffed to the glass living room table by Red. Red's giving her a weird lesson about how they are the same person. Adelaide plays along, and somehow because she's mommy, that's why she manages to get free. She grabs a poker from the fireplace, smashes the table leg, and cuts herself loose. Team Wilson regroups. Gabe, alive and mostly okay, Zora, escaped Umbri, Jason, still freaked but fine, and Adelaide, armed with a poker and Mama Bear Rage get back together. They all flee to the family boat as the Red family watches, scissors and so forth. Meanwhile cutscene Kitty Tyler is outside in her bathrobe, peering into the darkness movie. Her husband Josh pretends to see something in the bushes, just to scare her. The twins Gwen and Maggie come out to check, and for a split second it looks like everything's fine, and then chaos. The mirror version of the Tyler family bursts in. Kitty's double stabs Kitty herself in the back with scissors and knocks her out, ouch. Josh's double fights real Josh on the porch, they trade blows like they're auditioning for Fight Club 2. Spoiler. In Tylerville, the baddie wins. The twin daughters go toe-to-toe with their doubles in the bedroom. It's identical twin versus identical twin. Eventually, second killer's gang shows up and murders everybody. Basically, the Tylers' slumber party becomes a bloodbath. Sorry, Kitty and Josh, you thought your biggest problem was spilled wine. Just as the Wilsons pull up, the Tyler horror fest is over. Adelaide and Gabe storm in. For an instant, Kitty's double is in the living room, shiny-eyed and grinning, pretending to be her. Adelaide spots something off, realizes this Kitty is not okay, and stabs her in the head. Yep, she kills Kitty's killer twin while Gabe tosses Josh's killer twin out a window in a brawl. It's all very environmentally unfriendly. Within minutes, all the Tyler doppelgangers are dead, and our heroes have survived yet another massacre. After the triple kill, 3 Red families down, the Wilsons turn on the TV. Newscasters calmly report that a bunch of eerily similar double killer incidents are happening all over America. The scariest part. The killer doubles are teaming up to form a human chain, like that Hands Across America event from the 80s. Yes, you heard that right. An army of murderous red-clad doubles is literally holding hands across America. Think of it as the most disturbing charity event ever. Gabe's ready to lock the doors and call it a night. Adelaide, however, senses that something bigger is going down. She insists they escape Santa Cruz before they're overwhelmed. The plan. Jump in the Tyrell's spare car and get out of here. But, Umbri, Zora's twin, has other ideas. As they drive off, Umbri chases them on foot, hacking at their car with her giant scissors. It's like Home Alone with actual killing implements. Gabe suddenly slams the brake, smart move, sending Umbri flying into a tree with a sickening thud. We see her crumpled in a heap. Umbri is officially decommissioned. The Wilsons drive away shaken, leaving one red rake behind. It's morning. The boardwalk is eerily quiet. The Wilsons return, back to square one. Not the safest plan, but maybe Gabe lost a bet. There's smoke on the horizon. Their original car is on fire, and, lo and behold, Pluto, Jason's half-face burnt twin, stands over it like a proud demolition artist. The family thinks they might finally be safe. Pluto, with a sinister nod, backs away. Adelaide makes a run for it, as everyone does, because obviously the goal is now distant. Jason, quick-thinking kid, grabs Pluto by the shoulders and pushes his whole burned butt back into the burning car. Poof! Pluto melts into the fire like an action hero with bad reflexes. Jason turns to face his real family, mask on, like, yep, I did that. But just as they think it's over, Red Evil Mirror Adelaide springs out of the shadows, grabs Jason, and vanishes into the tunnels under the funhouse. This is it. A one-on-one mother versus evil twin showdown. Adelaide screams, no. And her game face is on. Adelaide chases after Red into a secret entrance beneath the funhouse. About time. Peele gives us some Indiana Jones vibes. She descends into a warren of tunnels, lit only by dim fluorescent lights and hundreds of rabbits hopping around. Bunnies. Yep, rabbits are everywhere, the only snacks the doppelgangers get, apparently. It's like Alice in Chains. Adelaide is terrified, but she's gotta save Jason. Deep down in this creepy lab-like bunker, Adelaide finally confronts Red. Red sits at a desk, like her evil base, Jason by her side. Red spills the beans on everything. There's this secret government cult thing, nobody is quite sure who made the tethered, someone created these other selves of every person, kept them underground to mimic our lives above like living puppets. They thought they could control society by controlling these clones. But the experiment got abandoned. The tethered were left forgotten, mirroring Americans and living off bunnies for food. Evil laughs. Red points out something we should have all already known. Red was the original Adelaide, and the Adelaide we've been watching is the tethered twin. Yep, mind blown. Story time. When little Adelaide first met Red in 1986, the original Adelaide knocked her out and swapped places. The real Adelaide, Red, went upstairs, took the family's life, and grew up as mommy. The tethered Adelaide, the one we thought was normal, grew up underground as Red, plotting revenge. All those years of Adelaide's dance lessons, ballet prizes, mom life, it was Red stealing that life. Red softly explains she's always been part of Adelaide, teaching her crazy ballet moves as a kid without explanation. She orchestrated every massacre and lulled her into a false sense of self. Now Red thinks it's time for the tethered to take their place on the surface. It's the Great Awakening. She even claims Jason knows the truth, he does. That worried stare at the end, kids are perceptive. Basically, the entire Wilson family is actually a mismatched set of brothers and sisters swapped at birth. Kooky, right? Enough talk, trigger time. Adelaide lunges, and it's a fight and a dance. Peele intercuts young ballerina Adelaide dancing gracefully above with Red dance fighting below. It's poetic. Adelaide, the one we thought was original but isn't, pummels Red and, with one final stab of her fireplace poker, kills Red. Goodbye, evil twin. Adelaide grabs Jason. Gabe and Zora find them up top. The whole family scurries to the boat, leaving behind Red's secret city of undead American clones. As they drive off, the drama isn't quite done. Remember that secret big reveal. We just lived it. Wait, what? The ending is more twisted than a pretzel. You and I just assumed Adelaide was the hero mom, all movie, but nope. Jordan Peele just switched the mirrors on us. The Adelaide who survived is actually Red, the real Adelaide. The film quickly flashes back to 1986. Little Red, from below, creeps back upstairs, and puppet kid Adelaide is left bound and gagged in the funhouse. The real Adelaide took over the life. That's who you've been rooting for. If your brain feels like ricotta cheese right now, you're not alone. To hammer it home, the final shot shows everywhere in the US a massive chain of red jumpsuit figures holding hands across a map, and news helicopters circling them. The tethered have finally crossed America, doing their own horrifying hands across America. Phew. That was us in a nutshell. Now let's break down what it all means, and drop some horror nerd references for fun. The doppelganger theme. It's a classic horror trope. Evil twins, mirrors, the shadow self. Peele is literally saying, the real monster is you, or at least, a clone of you. The whole thing can be read as a metaphor for the parts of ourselves we repress. Fun fact. Umbri is Latin for shadow, and Pluto is the Roman god of the underworld, like, duh. Abraham is biblical patriarch. Red just sounds ominous. Peele loves naming characters with meaning. Just like Get Out was about race and class, Us hints at class and privilege. The tethered represent the underclass, the forgotten people living underground in poverty. They literally are the consequence of ignoring the needy.